chamber for any of your network solution needs, and please go see Bryce at Electric Movement for all your service and BV needs. Two groups tonight. Chill crew with Brandon. He'll be going under 25 miles an hour for about 10 miles. Speed crew with me. I'll be going above 30 miles an hour for about 15 miles. We are going to Tony D's. Anybody who gets lost, goes straight there. You guys all know the drill. Anybody who's stunting, please give them the space to do so. Watch your flashlights. Do not blind each other. Do not ride directly behind each other. Give each other some space. Y'all want to make present. Please use them for all your banking. Okay, we're going to get out of here. We're going to take the group shot, and then Chill Crew will be leaving first. Here. All right, Chill Crew's leaving.
All right, guys, just like that, the beginning of our Tuesday night ride is here. If you missed that, we got a Chill Crew and a fast crew going on today. Looks like the Chill Crew is going to roll out first. Okay, guys, so we are back in action. We got another brisk Tuesday night here in Chicago, and we are going on the Speed Crew ride. And we are here on the Speed Crew. If you missed the intro, we actually do have some new sponsors for the group. So previously I've referred to these Tuesday night rides as the Shy Battery Systems Tuesday night ride. So after a couple years of dedicated sponsorship from Shy Battery Systems, our group rides now have a new sponsor, which is Electric Movement. Now, if you live in Chicago, Electric Movement is a PEV repair shop. They do everything electric bikes, everything electric scooters, and they've been kind enough to sponsor our weekly group rides. And you might ask, what does it mean to sponsor a group ride? Well, every couple weeks, our community does a few special rides. Like, we do weekly group rides every week, of course. And on those group rides, you know, the sponsor might buy us pizza, might buy us drinks for the group. But every couple weeks we host special edition rides like our bonfire rides, right? So those bonfire rides, we need firewood, you gotta pay for drinks. Sometimes you gotta pay to reserve the spot. Like, there's work that goes into it. So we're thankful that we have some great sponsors in Electric Movement. And I wanna say the last one was Raymer. But that is not the point of the video today. Of course, we're super thankful for our sponsors. But today I'm going to be talking about Begode and their product lineup. Is Begode's actions, are their own actions cannibalizing their sales? Namely, I'm going to be talking about the X-Way, the new wheel that was just released following Amped Electric Games. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend Amped Electric Games, but it looked like a really great time. I know everybody who went had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see some of the content that comes out of that weekend. But at the event, EUC Underground, Lim, and the Night Riders, they had access to the X-Way. And to be specific, they had access to the 168 volt version of the X-Way. And if you don't know, the Begode X-Way is the new generation of wheel. They have a 168 volt variant and a 134 volt variant. They both have different weights. Now, this really brings into question, right? We haven't seen the prices yet, so the price might be an indicator. But like right off the bat, why would you choose to buy the 134 volt wheel, right? I mean, sure, it might be lighter. I actually asked this in the chat today, and Roger said that he prefers a lightweight wheel when going off-roading on fast routes that don't require super high top end speed. And I respect that opinion. That's not an opinion that I take into account living in the Midwest in a super flat state, right? Like, there's no hills, no off-roading, no technical off-roading elements really anywhere near me. So I wasn't really thinking about that in mind. But seriously though, I can't really think of many reasons besides wanting a lightweight off-road wheel why you'd opt for the 134 volt wheel over the 168 volt wheel. And like I said, we don't know the prices yet, so price might be a factor. Price might be a factor. But as far as looking at a stat sheet, right? One weighs more and has higher voltage, one weighs less and has lower voltage. We can't really tell much without being able to see the 134 volt wheel in person. So if Begode's next wheel is a lightweight 134 volt X-Way, it brings into the question, why did they make the Blitz, right? The Blitz literally came out a few short months ago, if that. I haven't even ever seen one in real life, although I know there are one or two floating around in Chicago. But yeah, this is, you know, you guys just released the Blitz, which was touted as, you know, the do-it-all master replacement that was ultra light, made specifically for the racetrack. And then they come out with almost an identical wheel, just with higher voltage, right? I'm not sure how much the Blitz weighs, but the 168 volt version, the 168 volt version of the X-Way, I think it only weighs like 90 something pounds, like 93 pounds. Like that already is a super light wheel in itself. So, you know, where does that leave the Blitz? Oh, look at that. Where does that leave the Blitz in Begode's lineup, right? And that's really the point of the video today. Begode continually cannibalizes their own products. And until we see these wheels actually in person, it's going to be hard to judge based on a spec sheet where each wheel belongs in this lineup. So yeah, Begode continually chooses to cannibalize their existing products, and I'm not sure why they choose to do that, right? It's got to feel bad for anybody who bought the Blitz, because now there is another option for a lightweight wheel, but it has a stronger motor and a higher voltage. So why would I choose to go with the Blitz? And you know, if we're talking about Begode as a whole and including Extreme Bull, it's the same thing. I have a buddy of mine who ordered the Extreme Bull Griffin. First of all, it's been complete radio silence for months on that wheel, right? Like they were looking forward to that wheel as a Lynx replacement. And at the time, there were not many other alternatives for 151 volt wheels or high powered wheels that were lightweight. But boom, what do you know it? A couple months later, there's multiple options on the market that are probably better choice and more advanced wheels than the Griffin, right? I mean, every single new Begode wheel that they come out with, they're touting a new refined suspension. First it was the DS200, and now it's the upside down version of the DS200 with something different. And then, you know, tomorrow it's gonna be the triangular shock with 3 adjustments, right? At the end of the day, right, everything's just gonna keep changing, and it's hard to say like, oh, buy this Begode wheel, because you have to know that in a couple months your wheel's gonna be completely outdated. And if it is outdated, it's gonna be really, really hard to sell that guy. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna be really hard to sell it because the market is gonna be flooded. It's gonna be really hard to sell it because the market will be flooded with more powerful, more relevant, more modern wheels. Or you're just gonna have to sell your wheel for like a $2,000 price drop, right? And that's not what you want. And that's not what anybody wants. And then on the other hand, you got Leaperchem, right? Leaperchem wheels, when you buy a Leaperchem wheel, you're pretty confident that that wheel is going to maintain relevance for at least another year and a half, right? I mean, people are still loving their Sherman S's. There's a Sherman Max on this ride, right? There's a Sherman S right here to my right. These wheels not only are they fun to ride throughout the the duration of their lives, they also hold their resale value. But yeah, a lot of people have found that Leatt is in a way the opposite, right? I still see Sherman S's being sold for, you know, over $2,500. I saw one sold for $3,000 the other day. And the same cannot be said for Begode wheels, right? I don't even know when the ET Max was released, but you can already find this wheel brand new in box for basically $2,800, or you know, some really good deals here and there. But where do you see those for Leatt, right? They hold true to their value. They don't discount. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, but you know, I'm not saying it's a good thing because I paid $4,500 for the wheel I'm riding right now. But in a way, it does protect the value of the wheel because I know that there's going to be demand for these wheels on the resale market, right? I don't have to worry about losing $2,000 just because I rode the wheel a couple hundred miles. All right, yeah, so that was some of the main talking points for the video today. Some of the main takeaways really are that Begode continually releases wheels that are in the same class as other wheels that they've released not too long ago. And people like to use the word outdated, and I understand why. This EUC game that we're playing is like an arms race, right? Everybody wants bigger and faster and longer range and bigger batteries and more powerful motors. And that leads to a ton of turnover in wheels. So what is the right choice? Is the right choice to do what Leatt is doing and, you know, really refine their wheels more? Keep the same wheel for over a year? Or do you take the Begode philosophy? Continually push progression, continually push improvement at the sake of cannibalizing your own sales and leaving your own supporters stranded with their wheels that are quote unquote outdated. So yeah, only time will tell. I love my Leatt wheel. I also have loved my Begode wheels. It really just comes down to you and your own opinion. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Your opinion is the only opinion that matters. You can come on this, you know, on YouTube and listen to anybody talk about any wheel and say anything they want about it. But it's really up to you. And until you buy it, until you get on the wheel yourself, until you experience it, you know, it's hard to make those conclusions. So don't just trust me. Trust your own instincts. But yeah, for now, things are going well. But yeah, for now, things are going really well. A couple updates on the Sherman S. So this past weekend, I rode this wheel from Michigan all the way back to Illinois. If you look at the map of the United States, there's a section that's about 50 miles across where you can reach all 3 states. But yeah, as of now, everything's going great with the Sherman S. I was saying, so I rode from Michigan all the way back to Illinois. It was an 80-mile ride and it was so beautiful. I didn't record because I was already having enough trouble you know, doing directions as it was. But next time I do that route, I'll definitely be sure to record it and take you guys along with me. It was a whole lot of fun. Saw some beautiful scenes at the Indiana Dunes National Park and made our way all the way back to the city. The Sherman S performed flawlessly, and I gotta say, having 20 amp stock charging is absolutely game changing. Like literally game changing. The fact that I can carry a very lightweight EV adapter in my backpack take my Roger charger and blast 20 amps into the wheel made my group rides so much more enjoyable. When I tell you, I was literally, you can get from dead empty all the way to full in 1 hour and 10 minutes at 20 amps. It's insane. These quick little breaks where we only have 15 minutes to top off and I can push 20 amps the whole time, I could get like 40%, you know, significant amounts of my battery back. And it's super convenient to be at 80%, 75%, stop with some friends, get some food at a gas station, and just top off. And it works great for me. I'm gonna be doing an updated 2024 charger video coming soon because I do have the Roger Charger V4 SC that is capable of doing 35 amps. Now obviously the wheel can only do 20, but I love the charger and I'm gonna be making a review for it here soon. So another thing that made my interstate journey a lot easier was this seat that I had printed. I showed it in another video and I can show it real quick, but this 3D printed seat has been working wonders for me. I wish it was a little bit taller, but you know, it works great. It's super comfortable. And with the power knobs, correct placement, I feel super locked in. I mean, look at this. I got complete control over the lower half of my body. Can brake, lean, do pendulums. It's amazing. This seated riding experience is quite nice. Look, we got somebody in front of us. Pad seated rider versus power knob rider. So yeah, I didn't say it, but this ride is to a bar on the west side of Chicago called Tony D's. We've gone to Tony D's in a few different episodes. They are a lovely host. They always make us feel at home, open the windows for us, give us nice tables by the TV, lots of good food and drink. But yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about it while I have you guys here is the darkness, right? It is currently 7:49 p.m. If the group ride starts at 7 p.m., it's going to be pitch black every time. And that's just kind of what we're dealing with here in Chicago. So expect to see a lot more nighttime content coming soon now that I figured out it was, you know, possible out in DC. So thanks for tagging along. So I'm still waiting on that Continental Conti Scoot 9090 tire. So I've ordered a couple Conti Scoots from the same website, and all of the 8090s they shipped from Spain, but the 9090 shipped from the Netherlands. So I think that's what's causing the delay. Still waiting to receive that, even though I said it was supposed to be here on October 1st. So I'm still waiting on the tire, hoping that it comes in relatively soon. But after that, I mean, I don't know what's next. I'm really checking off a lot of the things I need to ride successfully, right? I love to have me a good seat. I love a good set of pads. The power knobs are by far the best pads I've ever used. If you want to get some power knobs, please use my discount code PEVPOV. As always, there's always information in the description of my video, so please take a look at the description of the video to see what gear I'm wearing. My discount codes, which is just power knobs for right now, but yeah, some good information there. But yeah, so after the pad setup, I got the good seat I like. I'm waiting on the good tire that I know I like. I don't really know what's next. The wheel feels great. The new firmware feels amazing. I'm really enjoying the experience. That 100-mile ride I did across 3 states felt great. You know, the wheel performed phenomenally. The range I'll be getting on this wheel is absolutely insane. I gotta say, that 100-mile ride, we kept it about 25 miles an hour and under. And on every single charge stop, I don't think I got below 60% battery. And I was doing, you know, 40 and 50 miles per leg. So it turned out well. We're gonna wait here for some riders and keep on going. Okay, so I think we got a few more minutes left on this ride, so I might as well talk about something else. And what I'm going to talk about is what do I think is coming for EUCs in 2025. Not really what do I think is coming, but what do I want to come. The first thing I want is Leatt to make a small wheel. If they made a 14-inch wheel, the same size as the Begode A2, that had hydraulic suspension and was under 60 pounds, I think they would blow the market out of the water and have an extremely successful wheel. And the second thing that I want EUC producers to do is come up with some way to make like a stair mode. I don't know if you have to go interface with stairs on a regular basis with your wheel, but I do. And if there were some sort of mode that was like an ultra soft mode that was like limited in speed, but somehow not limited in torque, where you could slowly approach a stair set and have the wheel kind of auto accelerate up the stairs in a controlled manner, I think that would be something that would be absolutely sick. So I'm not sure if what I described is even possible, but I want something like you put your wheel into like some sort of limp mode where you can roll your wheel up to the stairs slowly, like the speed won't go past like 5 miles an hour, but the torque is fully there. So I can lean my wheel against the stair and it'll climb the stair, but it won't spin out uncontrollably. I don't know if that's possible with firmware or what, but I think that would be a really cool addition to wheels, some sort of stair mode. But yeah, in general, the trend of making wheels more and more lightweight is an extremely positive thing. The wheel I'm riding now, this Terminal, 4,000 watt hours in a 100-pound package is actually crazy. This thing gets similar range to a Master Pro, but it's way more controllable, way smaller form factor, and generally about the same size as a traditional 3,600 watt hour wheel like the Sherman S or EX30. It's probably smaller than an EX30. So wheels getting smaller in weight but stronger in performance is going to be really good. The second thing I want is for EUC manufacturers to kind of put more time into refining the suspension on the wheels. I think apart from Leatt, every suspension in the game really requires maintenance and service. And of course, Leatt wheels do. I'm not saying they don't need maintenance, but as far as being able to take something out of the box and have it last for over a year with limited attention given to the piece is something that needs to be improved. Every Begode wheel has some sort of suspension problem. Every Extreme Bull eventually has some sort of suspension problem, and they really need to figure that out. I'm very curious to see what this new EUC company, the NOSFET, is going to come up with. I know they've been teasing their new wheel, the Apex, for quite some time now. So I'm interested to see what that will be like. I guess I'll give you the summary of my knowledge of that wheel so far. So the description of the wheel said built for trail and track. So, likely going to be an off-road high-speed wheel. The internals of the wheel are supposedly from Leatt, but the suspension elements are Kingsong-esque, meaning it will probably have that X linkage that the S22 was known for, and the Kingsong wheels were known for previously. But other than that, I really don't know much about it. I know that it was supposed to be, I know that it's supposed to be for the track and for the trail. I know that Jack from Electric Dreams is going to be involved with the company, as well as the Kingsong engineer who previously had the patent for the X-Link suspension. So it's probably going to be a very interesting wheel. That's about all I know about it. But I do really enjoy Jack from Electric Dreams content. And looking back on it, it kind of makes sense that he's the one that's going to be in partnership for this wheel, because I was wondering why he didn't make any more Sherman L content, right? He made that one very, very quick initial video, like the day the Sherman L was released. But after that, he made no follow-up videos. And to this day, I still watch his patent review where he slams the thing into a wall like 15 times. Like, I loved his reviews before on all his other wheels. So I was kind of sad he didn't do like a full-on thorough review for the Sherman L, but it makes sense that he probably wouldn't do that for his now competitor. And he's also probably really busy working on that new wheel. So I don't know, just rambling at this point, but shout out to Jack with Electric Dreams. I love his content. Seems like a really good guy, super knowledgeable. And while we're doing that, I might as well talk about my favorite YouTubers. All right, while I'm rambling and I'm in the back of the group, I'll talk about my favorite YouTubers. So this is not a comprehensive list. Of course, I'm literally writing and talking at the same time. So in no particular order. Obviously, Roger, Marty, Don, the big ones, Wrong Way, love those guys. But smaller guys, Electrified Rider, big fan. EUC Vibes, big fan. My man Stefan, One Wheel, big fan. Shout out to New York. My man Jay, Joyride Jay, out on the West Coast. Love watching his videos. Let's see, who else? Let's see, who else can I think of real quick? Matthew Techmoto, I think is his name. I like his videos. He's pretty funny. Who else? Let's see, who else? So we got Go George Go. I like his videos. If I could open my YouTube stream while I was writing right now, I'd show you all my subscriptions. But yeah, long story short, I don't think there's any EUC producer, content creator that I'm not subscribed to. And if you think that's wrong, please drop them down in the comments. Who are your favorite content producers, right? Let's see, who else we got? Oh yeah, can't forget Zen Lee. I really enjoy watching the racing content. Oh yeah, and speaking of racing content, not really racing, but off-road, I love watching Matt Burt and Chooch. Those guys absolutely shred. There's a couple other those SoCal guys that I am not remembering right now, but I really like watching those POV videos of like the Black Diamond trails, people ripping it on their extremes, on their masters. Like, that's super enjoyable to me. I like the technical stuff. Oh, Tep Rides, my man Tep, can't forget Tep. What a great guy, cool to talk with on Telegram, great videos, cool dude. Who else? Okay, so those are some of my favorite YouTubers. Not an exhaustive list, but I can't think of any more at the moment. But I did think of one more thing, one more potential upgrade for my Sherman L. So Nylano just came out with their Sherman L protective bumper kit, and I really like it. So the kit looks like it'll be very protective in the event of a crash. I know some people don't agree with adding protective body kits to their wheels, and I can see why, right? They are rather pricey. I mean, you're paying usually $300 for 3D printed filament. So I can see why some people would not want a protective body kit. Like, it's probably around $300 for 3D printed filament. And in reality, a lot of these wheels have protective bumpers, And for $300, a lot of times you can just flat out replace the bumper that you had originally. So at that point, it's like, what's the point of even having the bumper if you can just replace the original OEM piece? But no, it's cool. They add a unique aesthetic to your wheel. You get to customize your wheel exactly how you want to. And a lot of people are into that kind of easy plug and play, right out of the box solution that Grizzly and Nylano offer. So I do plan on getting a protective kit for my Sherman L because I want this wheel to last 3 years. And on top of that, I'm gonna wait until the Grizzly kit comes out as well, because I don't want to make a hasty decision and buy the Nylano kit before the Grizzly is even released. So I know the Grizzly guys, like literally the guys at Grizzly came to the USA for Amped Electric Games. I saw them at Bentonville, Arkansas, testing out the X-Way. So I imagine they're probably busy coming off of that, and they'll probably get to designing the Sherman L system here soon. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, guys. I'm gonna get me a protective kit. I'll make a video installing it, and it's gonna be great. I'm already loving the Sherman L so much more. It really is proving to be a great wheel. And if range is your thing, this wheel has insane range. Alrighty, guys. So I'm gonna see if I can time this perfectly, but I'm pretty sure that we're coming up on our destination of Tony D's here on the west side of Chicago. And I just want to say thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to view life from the PEV point of view. My channel has been absolutely super successful the last few months. My subscriber count is through the roof. My views are going crazy. I really appreciate the support and engagement on my channel. You guys have been great. Seems like you're enjoying the content I'm putting out. So it's just up to me to put out even more of that content that you know and love. And I'm gonna plan to do that here this winter. Yeah, so I hope you don't mind the dark videos. It gets really dark here in Chicago pretty early on in the winters. And that's just how it is. I'll be sure to be recording on the weekends and still bringing you some daylight content, but I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content, even if it is dark, even if it is long form. You guys continue to click on it and watch it, so I appreciate that. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. I'll record the rest of the ride because I'm pretty sure it's like 20 more seconds. But I appreciate you guys watching. Love you all. Stay safe out there on the streets. And make it home safe and sound. Take care. All right, guys, we finally made it, so I'll sign off here. It's been a great ride. Another beautiful Tuesday night. This is the chill crew meeting up with the fast crew, or the other way around. But it's been a good night. Take care. Signing off from Tony D's.